Right now, new details in the investigation into the January 6th attack as the investigating House committee issues subpoenas for Secret Service records.
And we could be seeing a potential of some severe weather. We'll take a look at that coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and take a look outside this morning. Julian, are we going to see that fog clear up? Are we going to see the sunshine today?
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Back to me now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to start to see some of that fog start to clear up for us here in Madison, and plenty of sunshine is on the way, but it's still going to be having a back and forth of cloud cover as we get in throughout the rest of our afternoon as well. But it's going to be very similar to what we saw for Saturday. It was honestly a pretty good day for us on Saturday, and on tap, it's going to be a bit warmer, a little bit more humid, but overall, it's not going to be too terrible. 65 degrees as of right now here in Madison. We're looking at dew points around 61 degrees. So not too muggy, but still, we're feeling a bit of that moisture. And fog is starting to improve here in Madison as we're looking at about 9 miles for our visibility. But our friends just to the northwest, we're still not seeing too much in terms of improvements of our visibility. But Lone Rock has gone from 0 to about a quarter of a mile as of right now. Temperatures into the upper Midwest, though, are into the 60s throughout much of Wisconsin and for our friends into Minnesota as well. So not too bad, even though a bit more moisture, again, is in Iowa and for our friends in Illinois. And we're going to start to see those dew points try to climb their way into the southern Wisconsin as well. Winds aren't too bad, but we got to talk more about the severe weather threats coming in just a couple of days in just a few moments. Until then, let's go ahead and toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Jolene. To some new information now on the January 6th investigation. The House committee investigating the attack has now issued subpoenas for Secret Service records. That's after reports the agency erased text messages from both the day of the attack and the day before. That was also the subject of a briefing by the Inspector General for the Department of Homeland Security, who met with all 9 members of the committee on Friday. Jessica Schneider has the latest.
Homeland Security Inspector General Joseph Kufari on Capitol Hill. He briefed all 9 January 6 committee members on his claims that the Secret Service erased text messages from January 5th and 6th, 2021. Now that the committee has heard his take, they want to talk to the Secret Service.
One of the things we have to make sure is that what Secret Service is saying and what the IG is saying, that those 2 issues are, in fact, one and the same.
The Inspector General says he raised the issue of erased text messages with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas more than once, but ultimately turned to Congress for help, telling congressional committees this week that many U.S. Secret Service text messages from January 5th and 6th, 2021 were erased as part of a device replacement program. The U.S. Secret Service erased those text messages after OIG requested records of electronic communications. But the Secret Service quickly shot back, saying the loss of text data was part of routine phone replacement. The insinuation that the Secret Service maliciously deleted text messages following a request is false, adding that the Inspector General requested electronic communications for the first time on February 26, 2021, after the migration was well underway. The Secret Service notified DHS OIG of the loss of certain phones' data, but confirmed to OIG that none of the texts it was seeking had been lost in the migration. The Secret Service says they have been cooperating with the IG, handing over almost 800,000 redacted emails and nearly 8,000 Microsoft Teams chat messages. The agency has been at the center of intensifying questions after Cassidy Hutchinson testified last month. She was a top aide to White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and she recounted how she was told by Deputy Chief of Staff Tony Ornato that President Trump lunged at Secret Service agent Robert Engel in the presidential SUV and tried to force his detail to take him to the Capitol on January 6th.
The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel."
Trump has dismissed Hutchinson's testimony, but a Washington, D.C. police officer who was in that motorcade corroborated details of the heated exchange to the committee. That's according to a source familiar.
Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel, and when Mr. Ornato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
The Secret Service has not given a public account of what happened. One official telling CNN that the agents dispute Hutchinson's account, but Hutchinson's lawyers say she stands by her testimony.
If people want to come forward and have different recollections, we would encourage them to come forward and give testimony under oath. That's very different than putting out anonymous statements.
Meanwhile, the House Select Committee is still considering whether to ask former Vice President Mike Pence to testify, whether in person or written interview. The same applies to former President Donald Trump himself. Vice President Kamala Harris is warning the U.S. is in the middle of a, quote, extraordinary moment in the history of our nation and our democracy. In remarks to Pennsylvania state lawmakers on Saturday, Harris blasted the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. She said, quote, it took a constitutional right that had been recognized from the women of America.
We are not asking anyone to compromise their beliefs or abandon their faith. We are simply saying the government should not be in the position, nor should the government have the power to replace its beliefs for those of the woman.
Harris noted the Biden administration and Congress are, quote, going to do everything we can to put into law the protections that Roe provided. Here locally, a Dane County judge is giving Assembly Speaker Robin Vos another chance to find records in an ongoing lawsuit. That lawsuit involves the ongoing investigation led by Michael Gableman into the 2020 election here in Wisconsin. Liberal watchdog group American Oversight is looking for more documents after Vos found about 1,400 pages from a time period that wasn't in the time period American Oversight was looking for. Vos now has 20 days to come up with the correct documents. The city of Madison is hoping that increased penalties for people who threaten election workers will be in place by at latest November and ideally the August primary. The city is well into the swing of election prep, with the midterm primaries just 3 weeks away. Just about 20% of absentee ballots have already been returned, and city officials say they're expecting a good turnout.
We are, I think, very prepared. We've got a lot, again, of absentee ballot requests. We've had over 20,000 absentee ballots issued.
Regular in-person absentee voting begins on July 26th. Our Naomi Coles is talking about all that, plus the proposed increased fines for people who threaten clerks this morning on For the Record at 10:30. If you love a chance to talk politics, News 3 Now might have an opportunity for you. As we plan our political coverage for the midterm elections this fall, we want to hear directly from voters willing to discuss their views on camera. To apply, head online to channel3000.com for more details. A Wisconsin DNR warden is on administrative leave this weekend after shooting a person in a traffic stop Friday night. Officials from the Department of Justice say the warden stopped a UTV in Lincoln County around 9:30. Then another UTV allegedly drove into the warden's squad car and the first UTV. The warden shot that second driver after they allegedly got out and assaulted the warden. That second driver is now in the hospital and is expected to be all right. One person was killed and another seriously injured after a motorcycle crash in Monroe County. Emergency crews were sent to mile marker 46 on I-90 in Toma just before 10 on Saturday morning. The 67-year-old motorcycle passenger is currently in the hospital with serious injuries, while the 68-year-old driver died at the scene. Investigators say the driver had swerved to avoid a vehicle that entered their lane, then hit another vehicle and lost control of the motorcycle. Still ahead, the latest on monkeypox in the U.S. as New Yorkers struggle to get testing appointments. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking your forecast just ahead on News 3 Now.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best, because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
And he got so upset at me. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices from unknown patriots Honoring that is our duty. But today, America's under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. That means $50 off every Buena Vista, Summit, and Doctor's Choice Original. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for only $50. Plus 50 months no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love. And more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks. A new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
And starting off our morning with the sunrise here in Madison. And as we're kicking things off, we can see a bit of that fog sticking around for us, but it's going to be clearing up as we get in throughout the rest of our morning. However, cloud cover is still going to stick around throughout much of today until we get into the later part of our afternoon and for our evening. But just note, we are looking for temperatures to be a bit warmer than they were yesterday, but still not going to be overly uncomfortable for us for our Sunday. Now, taking a look at our radar, staying dry here in southern Wisconsin. No parts of northern Wisconsin are seeing a couple of showers, but overall, we're looking at some nice conditions to start off our morning. One thing we are going to be watching for, folks, is going to be the next couple of days, specifically going into our Tuesday evening and night. We have a slight risk for severe weather or strong storms into the upper Midwest for the upper northern areas of Wisconsin and for central Wisconsin as well. This will be encompassing areas, again, just north of Dane County for us, but even just for much of southern Wisconsin, we are still looking at a marginal risk for us to see severe weather. Now, we are looking at this to be, once again, one of those conditional type of events for us because we are looking at all of the ingredients for us to see storms to really start to fire up. But it's really going to be dependent on how strong the cold front will be once it sweeps its way through going into our Tuesday. But until then, we're looking at warm and humid conditions for the upper Midwest. As we can see, that stalled out front just into the Great Plains and areas of the Midwest in itself, which has been firing off storms for parts of northern Missouri, southern Iowa, and into central Illinois. But for us, we're staying overall dry, but since we are seeing that stalled out front, that low pressure system is giving us a bit of some moisture, which is keeping in a bit of those dew points, which is why we're still holding on to some humidity. Overall, though, we will start to see a couple of showers potentially start to fire off as we get into the rest of our afternoon. But overall, we're going to be starting to see quite a bit of dry conditions going in throughout the rest of our Sunday. Monday, temperatures will start to warm up quite a bit. We'll start to see those upper 80s rolling their way in, but not a whole lot in regards to us seeing any kind of rainfall for us here in southern Wisconsin. For our three things we're going to need to know, we have a slight chance of seeing some storms popping up for today. It's going to be a warming trend heading into next week as highs are going to be near 90 degrees heading into Monday and for our Tuesday as well. That's what we're going to be seeing for our 10-day forecast for us. Plenty of hot and warm temperatures. Again, the setup is going to be perfect for us to potentially see some storms, but since we're not going to be seeing much in terms of that cold front, which will be coming into our Tuesday nights, it's not going to be strong enough, or we're still watching if it will be strong enough for us to start to see those storms fire off for us. But seeing the differences from temperatures going into our Wednesday. Again, it's not looking too great, but still something to watch for.
It's a very warm forecast for mid-July.
It is going to be a scorcher going into tomorrow and Tuesday. So remember, you got to stay hydrated.
Cool spots.
Yes, ma'am. She knows it.
We got all three. All right, thanks, Julie.
Yep.
Monkeypox vaccine efforts are ramping up across New York, which health officials now call the epicenter of this virus. Thousands of new appointments have opened up, but as Alicia Reed tells us, some people are having a hard time booking them.
9,200 appointments for the latest round of monkeypox vaccines gone within 7 minutes.
Within minutes, I mean, I think they should have enough supply.
This week, the city received over 14,000 doses from the federal government. The health department says tonight's rollout was smooth, but there are still a number of people who disagree, saying they've been unsuccessful securing an appointment. At 6 p.m., the website was a bit slow to load. There were no available clinics nearby, and before making a decision, all appointments were gone.
I've been trying to make an appointment since last week, and I keep the website kept crashing. Then they said it opened up at 6 o'clock, and there are appointments available, but they're not here.
With 461 monkeypox cases in the city, 30% of the nationwide total, New York City is now the epicenter, according to the health department.
Ooh, that's scary. That's very scary. We need more vaccines. Quickly.
A bit of good news. Late Friday, Governor Kathy Hochul announced more than 32,000 additional doses are headed our way next week. A new vaccine clinic opened on Staten Island Friday morning, and 3 mass vaccination sites opened this weekend in Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx.
I guess the rush right now, it's really confusing trying to get one, so I'll hold out. It's like, I want to get it, but I'll wait.
Right now, there are only 7 monkeypox cases in Wisconsin. If you'd like to know more about what local health experts are saying about the virus, check out our website at channel3000.com. The morning's top stories are just ahead on News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more, starting July 24th through the 29th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week 2022. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Starting things off by looking at our surface map for us. Well, we're looking at more warm and humid conditions once again here in the upper Midwest. But our friends just south are still dealing with quite a bit of some storms and showers thanks to that stalled out front, which has been funneling in a bit of moisture as well for southern Wisconsin, which is why we are looking for another humid day on tap for us. But the good news is it won't be overly muggy, but still going to be rather warm. So pretty summer-like for us throughout much of today. And cloud cover is going to pretty much stick around until we get into the later part of our Sunday, heading into tonight. Outside of that, folks, we could see a couple of spot of showers, but overall, not going to be seeing too much in terms of precipitation, which is good news for us as of right now. So we're going to be able to enjoy a cool weather-like Sunday as we gear up to head into a hot Monday, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Tourists in Spain are getting something to howl about. One man is taking people on hikes with his very own wolf pack. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
This is no ordinary dog walk, and it's not quite dancing with wolves. But tourists in Spain get to be leaders of the pack.
Bueno, estos son domesticados.
The wolves are domesticated, but their behavior is wild, says owner Miguel Carrillo. He raised 3 litters of wolves after his daughter joked they'd be better than a dog. When they're not walking on the wild side, he takes the pack into cities to work with children with autism.
Les gusta y le llama mucho la atención.
People are drawn to them, Carrillo says. They spend time petting and taking pictures. But in their natural habitat, the wolves hit their pace. When you share the environment with them, you can see their instincts. They behave differently, says this tourist. Each guest takes a leash. Make that a strong leash as they meander through the forest. On a walk in the woods, the wolves link the people to what's important. It was extraordinary, she says. I recommend it to help disconnect from the world and enjoy nature while answering the call of the wild. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
There's still a half hour of news ahead here on News for This Morning Sunday. Next, we're running through the morning's top stories. We'll be right back.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
We got to see this election for ourselves.
Tile, wood, stone, laminate, and vinyl?
This hardwood is beautiful.
This vinyl is durable.
And this tile? So affordable.
But when it comes to everything our family needs, this one is perfect.
Now this store is the real deal.
At Floor & Decor, there's plenty of room to explore. Because with everyday low pricing on quality in-stock products and on-trend styles, you can really bring your living room to life. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more, starting July 24th through the 29th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week 2022. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
It's Macy's one-day sale with great deals of the day, like up to 60% off swim and men's shorts and shirts. And for her, buy one pair of shoes or sandals, get one free. Plus, Macy's Star Money bonus days are going on now.
Reynolds Wrap makes it easy to cook and clean up meals in no time. So I didn't miss all the fun stuff.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
Taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Monona Terrace is celebrating its 25th anniversary. Don't miss this free community celebration Saturday, July 23rd, featuring music, dance performances, and a spectacular drone light show. The event is free, but capacity is limited. Presented by W. Jerome Frauci and Pleasant Roland Frauci.
Right now, it's the first congregation of its kind in the city of Monona, offering church services entirely in Spanish.
And some of us are waking up to areas of fog, but we'll be timing out when we can see that clear up coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and take a look outside this morning. Julian, yesterday we couldn't even see the Capitol, and today we can, so that's an improvement.
That is a huge improvement for us, as we also have a sunrise for us here in Madison. A bit of fog is still lingering here for our morning, but overall, we're going to start to see that start to dissipate as we continue throughout the rest of our morning, heading in closer to the lunchtime hour. 65 degrees as of right now, 61 degrees in terms of dew points, so we're still feeling a bit of that moisture, but it's not overly humid as we're waking up this morning. However, our friends to the northwest, we are still looking at obscurities in terms of our visibility. Some improvements for Lone Rock and Boscobel, but the Dells and Watoma are still not seeing anything registered for us in terms of our visibility. Temperatures into the upper Midwest are rather comfortable, but still close to the mild side as we're into those middle 60s throughout much of southern Wisconsin and Wisconsin in itself. The dew points, however, we can see plenty of moisture still holding on to the upper Midwest, has us quite in a chokehold, especially for Iowa and areas into Missouri. As we're looking at those lower 70s as we're starting off our morning, we'll start to see that start to rise just a bit more thanks to that stalled out front that's into the Midwest. Wind speeds are honestly quite favorable as we're waking up this morning, but we are still looking at plenty of dry conditions as of right now. But what we're going to be watching for is potentially seeing some severe weather coming into our Tuesday. As of right now, we have an SPC outlook of a slight risk for areas just north of Dane County. We'll take a look at this coming up in a few moments. Until then, let's go ahead and toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. This weekend marked a milestone that one Monona church didn't think it could hit. Casa de Fe is the city's first to offer services entirely in Spanish. As our Catherine Merck shows us, Saturday's opening ceremony for the church spoke volumes about the thriving Latino community there.
Amen.
Today's been years in the making for Casa de Fe. It's the church in Monona that's breaking barriers.
We are the first congregation in the city of Monona to offer services primarily in Spanish.
Señor, en este templo se elevarán a ti. God, in this temple, in this sanctuary, we will elevate to you.
Today's opening ceremony, along with building this religious community, wasn't an easy feat.
And then you guys did it during COVID. Like during the worst economic time possible, when people were leaving their churches, when churches were going bankrupt, when pastors were quitting.
Their accomplishment speaks both through its language and through the voices of those leading its city.
And despite some of the things that we see sometimes on the national level and some of the negative comments that we see, I hope that the Latino population and community in Dane County knows how welcome you are.
For this church, the barrier has been broken, but only to allow more people in.
We are blessed to be here, and hopefully we can be a blessing to this town and this city.
We felt so welcomed so far by the city, by the greater Madison area, and we are excited to build a partnership with the community.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
In Monona, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
Casa de Fe has a congregation of about 300 people right now. After yesterday's opening, they say they're hoping to expand to allow more people to come into their facilities and be a part of their faith. For the first time since the start of the pandemic, the Urban League's Unity Picnic was back in full form. The group held its 8th annual event on Saturday. It's meant to bring people together to decompress, but also to learn about community service programs. Former Governor Jim Doyle was among several big local names at the picnic. He says he comes out every year to support efforts that not only bring others together, but help get them ahead.
The Urban League's emphasis on really creating wealth in the black community, developing entrepreneurship, getting people really trained for good paying jobs. I mean, it's critical to everything we're doing, and so I'm happy to support them.
The league offers help with job training, housing aid, and youth programming. It's also currently working to build a $25.5 million black business hub. Sofas at 4 Service took a trip to Madison this weekend to give back to veterans in a way some need the most. The group helps veterans furnish their homes with beds, kitchenware, small appliances, and other household items. The Eau Claire-based nonprofit furnished 600 homes in 4 states free of charge for veterans. The founder was in Madison helping out with Saturday's delivery and shared a little bit of why he started the organization.
I can't take care of everybody. Our organization, just can't. So this is my piece of the pie. The veterans deserve it, for one thing. They make it possible for all of us to do everything that we do.
Heskin says there are an estimated 40,000 homeless veterans in the country, with 2,500 of them living in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Getting out and getting moving. That's the goal behind a fundraising celebration for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County, celebrating the 20th anniversary of that event. Saturday was packed with activities that get you moving to promote health and wellness for children and adults alike. Hundreds of people typically attend the event, and because attendance dipped during the pandemic, the event now includes a virtual option. The goal on Saturday was to raise $700,000.
Started 20 years ago with a handful of people, and it grew to hundreds. And then it was just bike, and now it's bike, run, walk, yoga, and virtually anything. So it's really kind of grown and changed over the years, and which is really great to see. And we even have more things, more new ideas for next year.
The event wrapped up with a concert at the Overture Center, followed by a separate party. Well, the countdown's on until the biggest golf event to hit central Wisconsin. Central World and Stevens Point will host the U.S. Senior Open next summer. Top officials from the U.S. Golf Association were on hand Saturday afternoon at the golf course. Central World's success hosting the 2019 Girls Junior Championship helped them get next year's event. The golf course gives the USGA something they don't see every year.
One thing that's unique to this course is, it's a public parkland venue, and not very often are championships played at, public facilities.
We needed 1,800. We're over 2,100 volunteers so far, and it tells us that the city of Stevens Point community is behind this 100%.
The USGA projects a $20 million impact to the surrounding area. The tournament is June 29th through July 2nd next year. Early bird tickets are available right now. You can get them until August 7th. A frightening moment for a 6-year-old boy in Minnesota last week after he was separated from his family in the St. Louis River. Luckily, a kayaker happened to be in the right place at the right time. Maria Vollum shares the amazing story.
David Jones was fishing from his kayak and fighting a sturgeon when he heard a child yelling for his father.
And it was the sound of a child that was screaming, who was in complete panic, complete fear.
Jones says that he looked to his right and saw the child almost in the middle of the river channel. That's when Jones, who was recording his catch with the GoPro, cut his fishing line and paddled for almost 4 minutes before reaching the child. In the footage, you can hear the boy repeatedly asking Jones for help in finding his father.
Kids can often catch hypothermia a lot faster than adults just due to their general body size, and I did not know how long he had been in the water, and his face was somewhat starting to turn blue. So that was one of the first things I was starting to get that sense of urgency to get him, number one, out of the current, out of the water, and then to get him dry, and then to contact EMS to have him evaluated before he left the scene.
According to Jones, it was only 57 degrees outside, and they were nearly 250 yards from shore. Police say the boy had been hanging onto a rope behind his father's sailboat when they became separated due to strong winds. Police also say that the father said the wind was too strong for him to turn the boat around, and that the wind and current hindered the child's ability to swim back to shore.
I had to make minutes seem like seconds, and seconds seem like milliseconds, because in those types of situations, the last thing you want is to have the person you're trying to help feel like, it's going to take forever. It's going to take a long time.
Just last year, a man drowned while attempting to save 2 young girls in the St. Louis River, one of which was his own 8-year-old daughter. To prevent water from overwhelming his kayak, Jones had the child hold onto the side as they paddled to shore. Fortunately, the child was wearing a life jacket, which helped keep him afloat.
And people, is or unfortunately, they drown every year on some of these river systems across the entire country because there's not enough knowledge about the undercurrents as well. And, having PFDs or what are known as, personal flotation devices that are of the appropriate size.
When they made it to shore, Jones approached 3 men who were down by the water. The men helped get the boy dried off while Jones called 911.
But I also was able to find comfort in knowing that I made contact with law enforcement. They did check the child out.
The boy was reunited with his father.
According to a police report, the boy told his father he would swim back to shore, but the river's strong current prevented him from doing so. A new report shows up to 40% of food in America goes to waste, and it's costing taxpayers billions. We have details coming up on News 3 Now this morning.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
Some numbers are thrilling. Some impressive. Some just right. After an accident, there's one critical number. The number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Habish and Rotier's numbers really add up. With over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. No other personal injury law firm is better suited to get the amount that's right for you.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more, starting July 24th through the 29th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week 2022. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. We got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
And taking a look at our Tuesday, our severe weather outlook, we do have a slight risk, and that's for areas just north of Dane County. But parts of our viewing area are under that slight risk as well. But mainly, we are looking at that marginal risk as of right now for the rest of southern Wisconsin. Again, this is for Tuesday, folks. So just make sure that you are staying weather aware as we get in throughout much of next week, as we are going to be looking at conditions to be pretty much perfect for us to see at least some strong thunderstorms to start to be widespread as we get into our Tuesday nights, thanks to all the humidity and heat that we're going to be dealing with over the next couple of days. For today, it's going to be warm and humid, but good news is it's not going to be overly hot, but we're going to be monitoring just how hot it's going to get over the next couple of days and when that cold front will start to sweep its way through, which again would be the catalyst for us to start to see some storms firing off going into our Tuesday night. Outside of that, the rest of today is going to be a quiet one. Some of us may see a couple of showers, but overall, it's okay to head to the pool and enjoy enjoy your Sunday. And then as we get into our Monday, we're looking for a warm-up as we head into our afternoon and evening hours as those upper 80s are coming back. We'll talk more about what else to expect in a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Might be a good day for a cookout, but you may want to think twice next time you go to throw out those leftovers. According to Forbes magazine, up to 40% of food in America goes to waste. That's upwards of 100 billion pounds of food and $400 billion worth every year. Taxpayers end up paying for all that waste. One reason that corporations don't do more to cut down on waste is discarded inventory counts as a tax deduction. The highest inflation rate in more than 40 years is pushing many Americans past their financial limits. CBS's Adrian Diaz meets one family that's been forced to take out high-interest loans just to afford the gas they need to take their daughter for life-saving medical treatment.
15-year-old Ginger Vincent's health depends on a key calculation.
Do we have enough gas to do it? Because we got appointments on Wednesday, appointments on Thursday.
Ginger, who lives for sports, was diagnosed with bone cancer more than a year ago.
The first thought that I had was, don't cry. I was in front of my parents, and I wanted to be strong for them.
It's just hard to see her like that. She was so healthy and vibrant. Smart. Just to see her wasting away in bed.
Parents Keith and Annalisa Vincent have watched Ginger go through chemo and multiple surgeries, even lung surgery, just last week.
Physical therapy,
Ginger's
CT
appointment.
scan.
Ginger's appointments, including physical therapy, are at times more than an hour away from her home in rural Indiana. With gas prices more than doubling in the past year, the family now spends more than $200 a week on gas. Money they don't always have.
Let's pay the mortgage first. Let's pay the majority of the bills. But at the end of the day, I said, wait a minute, we do not have money for gas.
You've been in that situation?
Oh yeah.
So I end up like going to instant cash. That's our best friend right now.
Instant cash?
Instant cash.
Those are short-term, high-interest loans they need to afford transportation to Ginger's appointments.
Thank you.
They've cut back on groceries, a sacrifice not lost on their daughter.
Having to watch them, we have to pay this bill, we have to pay that, and I'm downstairs and I hear all of that. It just seems so stressful, and I just feel bad for them.
The Vincents say they're keeping their eyes on what matters.
People have certain bickerings, everyday trials. Oh, rent, food, you know, but you kind of like work it out. When you got cancer, that kind of stuff fades away.
We're not worried about, even though we can't afford certain things, the big picture is her.
For Eye on America, I'm Adriana Diaz in Monterey, Indiana.
Hertz Rental Car Company is facing dozens of new lawsuits from customers claiming they were wrongly arrested and accused of stealing rental cars. 47 people in Delaware filed the lawsuits, saying the company falsely reported thefts and claims that customers haven't paid their fees. Those lawsuits also claim Hertz doesn't properly record rental extensions and fails to track its own inventory and correct false reports to police. Plaintiffs say those practices have led to horrific situations, including arrests at gunpoint and even jail time. In April, Hertz admitted several hundred people were impacted, but say they're extending settlement offers to claimants on a case-by-case basis. Still ahead, the way you talk to yourself can actually have an impact on your health. What the latest research shows up next. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking storm chances in your forecast. Just ahead on News 3 Now.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Are you suffering from neuropathy? Do you experience stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet? Are you tired of sleepless nights and avoiding life due to pain? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness in your feet, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves start to break down. Eventually, it leads to balance problems, falls, complete loss of independence, and often amputation. Our program addresses the underlying causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms with medication. In fact, many patients start experiencing relief from their neuropathy symptoms symptoms within weeks. There's no surgery and no use of prescription drugs. Pick up the phone right now and call the number on your screen to find out if you're a candidate for our neuropathy program that has changed thousands of lives. You don't have to spend another day suffering. Call us today and see if you qualify for the relief you deserve. Do not wait. Call now.
Real love, always being game to play and enjoying it, even if you're losing.
Real love begins on eHarmony. eHarmony, here for real love.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike, because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on a new 2022 Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee. This Monday, get Hy-Vee whole chicken, only 79 cents a pound. Hy-Vee pasta, only 77 cents. Whole seedless watermelon, only $3.88. And Frito-Lay Santitas, only 99 cents. Monday only. And save even more during Red, White, and Fuel. Right now, save up to $7.83 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Reynolds Wrap makes it easy to cook and clean up meals in no time. So I didn't miss all the fun stuff.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And as we're kicking off our Sunday morning, well, folks, we're looking at plenty of cloud cover still sticking around for us. But the good news is we still have beauty in our skies of a sunrise here in Madison. Planning out the rest of today, we're going to see that cloud cover stick around for us by the time we get into our lunchtime hour. However, we are also going to start to see it dissipate by the time we get into this evening. Temperatures are going to be into the lower 80s once again, and it's not going to be overly humid, but the humidity will be there as well. But still, going to be overall a pretty nice day for many of us to go out and enjoy the outdoors or even take a dip in the pool. However, as we take a look at our radar as of right now, plenty of dry conditions. Some of us could see a pop-up shower or two, but what we're going to be watching for is going into our Tuesday as temperatures will start to warm up, and on top of it, we're going to be looking at some more humid conditions, which will be fueling the potential of us to start to see some strong, widespread storms throughout much of Wisconsin. But as of right now, just north of Dane County, we are looking at a slight risk for seeing severe weather, or on top of that, areas just south are looking at a marginal risk of us to start to see some strong to severe storms. But until we get there, really, again, we're going to have plenty of fuel for it. It's just, is it going to really occur for us? Once again, it's one of those conditional type of forecasts for us because we are looking at plenty of warm and humid air, which is going to be creating a cap for us. But what we're going to be looking for is going to be the cold front that's going to sweep its way through that potentially could be bringing in as a catalyst for us to start to see some storms. But if it's not strong enough, we may not see too widespread of storms for us. But as we go throughout today, could see a couple of pop-up showers for our Sunday afternoon. But overall, it's going to be rather dry. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be into the mid-80s. And as we go into tonight, we're back into the 60s. Plenty of open sky as well. And then going into our Monday morning, we're going to see a bit more milder temperatures. We're going to see those 70s already by the time we get into the late morning hours, and by the afternoon, going to be pretty warm as well. Upper 80s, some areas to the 90s, but still looking at plenty of open sky for us throughout much of our Monday. So we're not looking at much in terms of precipitation for us over the next 24 hours. But again, we're going to be monitoring the situation for our Tuesday for those storms to start to potentially fire off for us. So that's going to be the day to just be monitoring and be weather aware of. Outside of that, it is going to be a scorcher to start off our work week. So make sure that you are finding your cool spots and that you are staying hydrated for our Monday and Tuesday. Outside of that, again, Tuesday is the day, or Tuesday evening and the night, is what we're going to be watching for potentially of severe storms. But outside of that, McKenna, it's going to be quite the summer week ahead of us.
Good time to be weather aware.
Yep.
And then our 3 checklist.
I
Hydrate.
love this. Yep. Oh, you forgot it? Oh my gosh.
Sunscreen, cool spot. I was gonna say AC, but I'm like, that's not it. Hydrate, sunscreen, cool location.
Those are the three. Yeah, especially for beating the heat.
Three things to know.
Gotta love it, right?
All right, thanks, Jillian. When someone gives you a compliment or you make a mistake, what do you tell yourself? Turns out the way we talk to ourselves can make a big difference in growth and mental health. Ethan Cross, a psychologist and professor at the University of Michigan, says that inner voice is a multi-purpose tool, but can become harsh, self-critical, and even unhelpful. He suggests healthy self-talk is crucial to our growth by helping us focus our attention, rehearse for difficult situations, and understand our lives better to shape our identity. Theater artists and senior citizens were among the hardest hit groups in the pandemic. Naomi Ruckham takes us inside a program that's bringing those two groups together to help each other bounce back.
In a community room in Astoria, New York, seniors are performing songs and scenes they created themselves.
I'm a writer, so it's not beyond the pale that I should write lyrics to a song, but I never dreamed that I'd be writing lyrics to a song about my man, Errol Flynn, and have a fabulous composer set it to music.
The seniors are part of a 10-week program exploring what director Mara Jill Herman calls the actor's toolbox: body, voice, and imagination.
The pandemic presented a lot of challenges for people in many fields, particularly ours, that the medium is live. So there was a moment to pause and reflect. And then once we figured out as a culture how to do it safely, we got back together and we came up with this residency.
It's such a new experience to me. And learning this at this stage of my life and being into this environment has been amazing.
Through their work together, the seniors and teaching artists are making new connections.
I'm like a sponge. I just like to sit back and be a part of their life experience, because then I learn so much and then I take that into my music. And I'm sure that the Errol Flynn song will enter my life at another point in time.
And for the seniors, there's no shortage of takeaways from this experience.
Getting old is not so bad. If you stay busy.
It's like being in summer camp for grown-ups, only they don't make you play volleyball and there aren't any mean girls.
Which sounds like a pretty good script for life. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Queens Theater has been partnering with local community organizations to sponsor programs like this one for nearly a decade and is continuing to explore new ways to bring the arts to both young and old. Make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. But first, a man in Colorado has broken one of the most bizarre records you may ever see, and he did it with his nose. We're back in just a moment.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best, because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. That means $50 off every Buena Vista, Summit, and Doctor's Choice Original. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for only $50. Plus 50 months no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint.
Yes.
I'd I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member, oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4imprint, for certain.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
As financial markets dive,
State of the economy right now is
college savings accounts are taking big hits. Chris Stanford talks with financial experts for valuable advice on saving for college during these uncertain times. Eye on Education, Monday at 10.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
A Colorado man just broke an unusual record by pushing a peanut up Pikes Peak with his nose. The 13-mile trek took him 7 days, breaking the previous record. Believe it or not, there was one. Riley Carroll spoke with Salem after he reached the summit.
A feat accomplished by only a handful of people in the world.
You know, if you got a goal, it does feel good when you finish it.
Early Friday morning, Bob crossed the proverbial finish line, marking the end of a week-long journey.
Thank you. Oh.
We have a jewelry box for the peanut.
All right.
The peanut pusher in good spirits and his body also faring well.
I'm surprisingly in really good shape. I don't feel sore or anything. It's just the dehydration sort of kicked my butt a little bit. And I know I lost some weight. So I know I lost a lot of weight.
Bob's advice to the next person nutty enough for this push, don't do it alone.
Have help. Bring lots of water. Really, that's all they need. Looking for a peanut. There it is.
Bob set the new record Friday for this out-of-the-box endeavor. Letters from the city of Manitou Springs and Colorado Springs to congratulate this local icon on his one-of-a-kind victory.
Those are awesome. Thank you. That's awesome.
Now, Bob is heading home and taking a well-deserved nap. Though he may have had his fill and never dream of a peanut again, his memories from the mountain will not soon be forgotten.
Got my initials, 2022 and PPPP, Pikes Peak Peanut Push.
We've been talking this entire story because I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Does it have to be the same peanut? Because what if the peanut breaks? Why this hill? Why a peanut? What's the process of the contraption? What type of spoon do you use? Can you use a wide spoon? I just really have a lot of questions.
Yeah, all the interesting questions. This is top-tier journalism.
I'll have to do investigative journalism to this peanut pusher.
For the Pikes Peak Peanuts.
Pikes Peak Peanut Pusher.
Yeah,
it's a good one for today.
I never knew that even existed, so that's really interesting.
I'd be weirded out if you knew that existed, Julian.
I guess, fair enough. But
peanut pusher, now everyone knows.
We do all know, like,
weird
random,
niche things,
interesting facts.
You also know the weather.
That is very true. And speaking of which, over the next 10 days, well, it's going to be a scorcher, especially starting off next week, folks. We're going to be seeing temperatures into the 90s. And Tuesday, we're going to be needing to stay weather aware because we have a potential of seeing some storms rolling in, McKenna.
All right, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll have more news for you coming up at 5:30.